Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research. Mrs. Rao started her teaching career in 1968 at the Opportunity School, IIT Kanpur, for the educationally and socially disadvantaged children. The main aim was to provide quality primary education to disadvantaged children. After teaching career spanning nearly 3 decades, she retired as a reader in education at MES Teachers College affiliated to Bangalore University. Mrs. Rao has been closely associated with the Department of Science, Education and Research Training of Karnataka as a resource person in geography. She has participated in the SATCOM program in geography across Karnataka. She has written the script for the 2 videos produced by Desert Karnataka. She has authored 2 books in geography for school children. Mrs. Rao joined in Educational Technology Unit at the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in 1996 as the honorary coordinator of the Multimedia Group. The group has brought out syllabi-based education, CD-ROMs, Understanding Chemistry, Earth in the Sky, Learning Science Volumes 1 and 2, Nano World. They have also released Kannada and Hindi version of Understanding Chemistry and Kannada CD-ROMs and the books called Vijnana Kalyana, Samputa 1, 2, 3 and 4. The group has also brought out CD-ROM on geography called Bhugola Parichaya, in which the script and the voice over was given by Mrs. Rao. She has worked on the Kannada translation of the CD-ROM and book titled Nano World, and the group has brought a set of 6 CD-ROMs in Kannada for the Vision Group on Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka. The group has brought out the book authored by Professor C.N.R. Rao titled Chemistry Today in celebration of the International Year of the Chemistry 2011. She has started this book and it has been printed in Kannada. She has translated the book Understanding Chemistry into Kannada. Mrs. Rao is committed to science outreach program to create interest in science as a career and also to develop scientific temper. Towards this end, Professor C.N.R. Rao and Mrs. Rao have conducted science popularization programs for school children and teachers in collaboration with many institutes across the country. We are very honored to have you in our midst, ma'am. Thank you. Our chairman, Mrs. Ramesh sir, and our CEO, Mrs. Ramya Ramesh, please come forward and honor our chief guest.
On this occasion, it's my privilege to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Dinesh Avekar, to this wonderful event. Dr. Dinesh Avekar is a lead for innovation initiatives and Six Sigma Black Belt Engineer Fellow at the Honeywell Technology Solutions Lab. He has over 16 years of R&D experience in the Indian Institute of Science, where he was a faculty member. Prior to that, he was a senior research staff member at the IBM Solution Research Center, India, and director for IP and Focus Publications at Lotus Interworks, India, USA. At HTSL, he is actively involved in managing the innovation process and promoting innovation culture through innovation workouts and training, innovator motivation sessions, and product-focused ideation session. Dr. Dinesh Avekar received first Plateau Award from IBM and filed 6 US patents. Doctor has received Best PhD Thesis Award of Indian Institute of Science. He is the author of 1 book and over 55 technical papers. He received KAAS Young Scientist Award in Karnataka State. Doctor has supervised over 40 undergraduate and graduate engineering projects and research students in the Indian Institute of Science. On behalf of HMI International, sir, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful event. Our day is going to be precious by having you here. I thank HMR for giving me this opportunity for honoring such a distinguished personality.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Hey, Chaitra.
Yeah.
I heard a school has invited a very young innovator who's only 16 and has bagged many awards. Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, he's none other than our Rohit Day from KVNAL.
Yeah, I call upon Master Rohit Day to come on stage. Please, bro.
I take this opportunity to introduce Master Rohit Day. He is studying 12th grade from Kendriya Vidyalaya. He has given tremendous performance in the field of science. His achievements in various national level science exhibits are as follows. He secured first place in Inspire National Fight 2012 by DST and Government of India. He won Amateur Scientist Award by the PESIT College. He secured first place in the 100th Indian Science Congress exhibition. He got an award from the Honorable President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi 2013. HMR management has taken initiative to felicitate Master Rohit Day as an inspiration on his achievements. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Master Rohit Day to share his experiences.
Good day, as everyone you might be knowing. So I am from Kendriya Vidyalaya NAL, Bangalore, and I am studying in 12th standard right now. Well, my innovation is quite different from others. So I work on aerospace. So it's basically how birds fly. You know, I was inspired by birds and then started innovating on aircrafts. So basically you all may be knowing what is an aircraft, right? It's a machine which is flying. So it's a replication of a bird. So we all know about Bernoulli's theorem. So that is the first theorem which I learned on aerospace and started, learning more and more. And probably you can come to my exhibit. I'll be flying some UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles which are autonomous, and some ornithopters which are flapping wings. I replicated a bird, a robo bird, after learning about them. So it's basically a replication of a crow. So it was basically to distract people. So I have painted in a black color, so when it flies you will not know it is a robo or an actual crow, because crows generally, people don't look at crows but they just distract it. Yeah, it's a crow flying, I don't care. So that is a main thing to get information. So you can fly it across jungles and see what is going on and all that. And well, you can come and see what is going on at the stall. And I'll be flying some UAVs, as I said. They are all quad rotors and they are in autonomous stage right now. Can be used with waypoint navigation, and they all are made of scrap. I never used high powered materials. They're all basically home used items like deconstructed refrigerator frames and my own board which I have made and designed, programmed it in C++. So thank you, and all the best to all the participants in various competitions. I hope you all do the best and the best of the best wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit, for enthraling the audience with your virtuous words. That was really wondrous. It's an honor to have such an achiever in a function. He's the role model for me from now on. Thank you, Rohit.
I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Srimati Indumati Rao, to deliver the inaugural speech.
We are indeed privileged to hear a keynote from you, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Unlike the usual greetings, starting with greeting the distinguished guests on the dais, I want to first of all address the children who are here. You are the real guests of this function, and you are the ones that we should be addressing and congratulating and then encouraging. HMR International School, thanks to the never say give up kind of spirit of your principal Chetana, and I'm very happy to be here because I'm basically a teacher. No matter what other things I do, most of my life I've been involved with school children, and it's always a great pleasure to see happy faces there. Now I'm supposed to give a keynote address. Normally I don't speak much because I talk most of the time, and children are here to show their exhibits, to share their joy, to compete with one another, and we adults, this is a formality actually. The chief guest has to speak, so I am speaking. But I am very curious to see all the exhibits, and I was delighted to hear Rohit speak. In fact, he should have been made the chief guest for having achieved so much while being a student. And in fact, I wanted to just remind Rohit, when Wright brothers thought of the flying plane, I'm sure you all know that, they are the ones who flew the aircraft for the first time. They were quite able to get the aircraft up with the upward draft. But then they did not immediately solve the problem of gracefully gliding down to land. And they went on seeing this eagle, buzzard and other things where they were doing this, come effortlessly and land, and that's what gave them their inspiration. And I'm delighted that Rohit has been watching crows and then seeing what they do, how they fly, and get the idea of having a unmanned air surveillance kind of device. And it's very interesting. He thought he painted it black so that it looks like a crow, as he said, because nobody looks at a crow. And that's the ideal thing for gathering data. We live in a world of digitalization and data mining and data-based work. So he has shown a kind of unusual thinking and unusual problem solving, and I wish him all the success. Thank you, Rohit, for setting an example to young children. And I must congratulate the National Kendriya Vidyalaya NAL for providing the kind of atmosphere and encouragement for children to experiment. I'm one of those who really believes cost-effective, wonderful education should be provided to all the children who ever come to school. In this concept, two systems that stand out are the Kendriya Vidyalaya system, and the other one I don't think many of you know at all about it. This Jawahar Navodaya school system. This is also CBSE based, and I am not too sure whether you have invited anybody from there. But I must congratulate the HMR International School for organizing a science exhibition competition where children from various schools of different facilities, different abilities have come together. This is the only way we can spread the joy and excitement of science. And I'm sure you all know that science is a experimental learning, especially if you have got any chemistry models. Chemistry is an experimental science. So by doing things, you will learn much, much more, and then you will be able to use the experience, extrapolate what what the concept you are trying to create in your model to other situations, including life situations. Once again, I congratulate the HMR International School Management and the CEO of the school, Ramya Ramesh and Principal Chetna for providing an opportunity and a level playing field to all the children. Children are the precious this thing of our country, and it is you who have to take it forward, and the earlier you start in doing science and experiments, the better India will be, because modern world is based on science, and then more we live in a world which we are a global village, so you'll be competing with the very best from all over the world. In fact, I just know, as I was walking in, I asked your principal, why is it called HMR International School? Is it affiliated to some Cambridge A-level, or there are so many international exams? She said, no, we are affiliated to CBSE, but our intention is to provide education comparable and competitive enough by international standards. That's indeed a very, very high objective, and it's only by reaching for the sky we might somehow fall on the ground. If we only want to be at the ground, we'll go into Patala. So therefore, once again, I congratulate all the management and the teachers. Obviously, teachers work very hard, and I was a reader in a teachers' college. I know how hard the teachers have to communicate with the children, and I'm sure your teachers have done it and you have done it. Congratulations, and thank you for inviting me.
Celebrated for all the success.
Thank you, ma'am, for praising our school also. Now, I request Sir Dinesh, sir, to propose a few words. Please, sir.
Dear fellow scientists, it gives me great pleasure to be here and share a few thoughts. I don't want this to be just a talk which is for the sake of talking, but I want some benefit to come out of it. I said, fellow scientists, how many of you say that you are not scientists? Please raise your hands. None of you is raising it. How many of you are scientists? Raise your hands. But in the front row, I am not seeing people raising the hands. Oh, they have children, they will raise it. No, every one of you, everyone who is here, including this man who is taking the photograph. No? Scientist are you? Illa. He is saying no scientist. Everyone is a scientist, is a born scientist. Because the Spirit of God runs through us, and God is the first scientist. He knows everything, He has everything, but He has made us in His image, and He wants us to express that. Swami Vivekananda told, education is a manifestation of the perfection already in man. What does it mean? You are not getting educated when you say that I did this degree, that degree, I got this many marks.